because this is normally political parties are kind of seen or used to have big gathering, like people shouting to the crowd and whatever. But this was something that they have designed it in a way so that some real intellectual discussions could be made. And there are a lot of people who, like people like me, who are not actively involved in politics, but involved in different type of economic and other social activities. So they could actually speak and they could suggest the party. And I think the leadership actually listened to those things, and some of the things that have been incorporated in the brief that you have got. I'm very happy that some of the recommendations have been put in place. I was actually a part of one session on economy, business, banking, and the most important thing for me is the employment thing. And I personally have actually emphasized on the issue of youth unemployment, which is something that has actually been very worrying in not only recent time, but almost kind of last 5 to 10 years. And the July uprising in 2024, you all know that that was actually triggered from the frustration of young, educated people. And that frustration is still there. So for any political government, I think unless they really address this issue, they will also feel the heat very soon, because almost half of the people who graduate every year, close to 700,000 people, they are unemployed almost kind of 4 or 5 years after their graduation. So the political government must actually address that thing. Just merely saying that we will create 10 million jobs is not going to be enough. There has to be clear vision, clear roadmap of creating that job. And we all know we are in a very precarious situation because of the geopolitical thing and others. So we need to be very creative on that thing. So this is on economy side, and overall on the other political and other reforms, including the constitutional reforms from some of our civil society platforms, we have been pushing on, like even long before the election, when the consensus commission was actually working for some of the key reforms, basic structural reforms to bring accountability in the process. But what we have found, and I am sure like a lot of you might actually echo with me, the government probably has the current government probably has a belief that they have to govern in a way that gives them more authority. So this is a kind of philosophical position. And we have seen some of the appointments, particularly central bank governor and a lot of other things, even some of the academic heads, VCs. So they don't like hide that kind of thing, that they say it loud that we want our people so that we have the control on the system. Now this may be a kind of style that a lot of the other countries we have seen in recent period, I'm not going to say the names, they have also running the system or country like that. But there is a risk. There is risk. I think like our diplomatic community people should share the experience in different other countries, that this approach of over control on the executive can actually be more damaging for the party itself, because then, and we have seen in last 15 years in Sheikh Hasina regime that the top was almost blind of what is going on, and that's why there is huge frustration, pent-up frustration that actually was there, and that actually exploded in 2024. So people like you who also regularly interact with the government, you can actually share some of the examples of other countries, your respective countries, that how that approach can actually backfire. This is one thing. And another also, no government is going to be in power for eternity. We all know that. So after this government actually or becomes opposition probably in 5 years or 10 years or even 15 years time. So if these reforms are not implemented, then they will be the victim of a lot of other things. So they will be in our side or this side. So I think that kind of long-term view needs to be kind of expressed and told to the ruling party, so that they can actually feel that it is not only good for the country as a whole, it is also good for their own party. So that's the thing that I just want to kind of share and request that you also try to convince the ruling party on that line. Thanks.